Time now to bring you the team news ahead of this weekend's action, starting off with the FA Cup semi-finals at Wembley. Manchester City's Kevin De Bruyne is well, despite coming off late against Real Madrid. Pep Guardiola says that Erling Haaland felt a possible muscular issue. They'll be assessed along with Manuel Akanji. John Stones, Nathan Ake are in contention to start. As for the Chelsea boss, Mauricio Pochettino, he's hoping to have Christopher Nkunku back before the end of the season. He's being assessed day-to-day. This FA Cup semi-final likely to come too soon for him. Coventry without the suspended Casey Palmer, who picked up a second yellow card of the competition against Wolves. Their only injury concerns are Jamie Allen and Tatsuhiro Sakamoto. Eric Ten Hag could be facing a centre-back injury crisis after revealing that Harry Maguire has been struggling with a problem, but he's hopeful that he will be available. There is a boost for United, though, as Anthony and Scott McTominay have returned to training. Into the Premier League we go, and Rob Edwards has confirmed that Chiedozie Ogbene, Elijah Adebayo and Albert Samuel Okonga will all miss their game at home to Brentford. Thomas Frank is hoping to have everyone available for the trip to Kenilworth Road. Ivan Toney is progressing well. Christian Norgard and Christopher Ajer are both in contention. To Bramall Lane, and Sheffield United boss Chris Wilder says that Jack Robinson and Jayden Bogle are struggling to shrug off injuries for their huge relegation battle at home to Burnley. Dan Jefferson is back training on grass. and Brewster out of the physio room, but both unlikely to feature tomorrow. As for Burnley, Vincent Kompany has no fresh injuries to contend with. He will have Dara O'Shea back after a one-match suspension. In the Saturday night football at Molineux, Wolves have confirmed that Pedro Neto will be back before the end of the season, but this weekend comes too soon for the winger. Ryan At-Nouri has a chance of making the bench. As for Arsenal, Mikel Arteta has no fresh injury concerns. On to the first part of Super Sunday from Goodison Park. Everton hopeful that Jarrad Brantwaite and Dominic Calvert-Lewin can return to the starting lineup for the game at home to relegation rivals Nottingham Forest, but Nathan Patterson will miss the rest of the season. Meanwhile, Nuno Espirito Santo hoping that Anthony Elanga will be available after a knock. Taiwo Awoniyi still working his way back to fitness, and Willy Bolly remains out. No fresh concerns for Aston Villa as they came through their Europa Conference League quarter-final unscathed. Bournemouth hoping that Tyler Adams and Chris Mepham will be ready for this weekend. Marcus Tavernier remains out until May for Antonio Iraola. Crystal Palace boss Oliver Glasner has confirmed that Jefferson Lerma was injured during last week's 1-0 win at Liverpool. Defender Rob Holding back in contention for Sunday's game against West Ham. And David Moyes says Konstantinos Mavropanos and Naif Aguerd will have late checks, while Jarrod Bowen remains touch and go ahead of Sunday. On to the second part of Super Sunday, last but by no means least. Marco Silva has a full Fulham squad to choose from. No new injury concerns. Liverpool's Conor Bradley was injured in last week's defeat to Crystal Palace. He is ruled out alongside Thiago Alcantara, John Matip and Ben Doak.